General layout here. We're across from the fire station, and across the street we have some wonderful guns, okay, over on the side with a hill going down behind them. Then there's a bunch more guns on this side of Leetsy Park of the parade field. Let's read what this is. Here's a Spanish 4.75-inch bronze rifle gun manufactured as a 12-pounder in Seville in 1829, and there's a sign for you. This was in the defenses of Manila and captured in the Spanish-American War. Now I have to look up my old pictures and see if I could read what the name of this gun is in pictures I took 20 or 30 years ago, because you sure can't make it out now. See that? The acid rain has taken that name right off of there, and the bird dropping and so forth. Now this one, just like the last one we looked at, got the trunnion sight mountings. See there? 3 holes. It's all. This is Carlos the 6th. Or wait a minute, maybe not even Carlos. No, it's somebody else. Well, I'll have to look up who the monarch was when this was made. I think Carlos was out and somebody else was in, but I'll look him up. Somebody the 7th. Sorry, I don't know that. Now see, when this gun was received here and when the signs were made up in the 1980s, and I think you could still read the inscriptions then. And right now it's very hard to read the inscription on where this piece was made. You can see the LLA at the end, which tells me it was made in Sevilla, Spain. Now there's 2 mountings for another type of sight apparently, and they're going to give you the year here, and you can see some of the digits. I guess 1829 if you look really close, okay, but again, the thing is corroding very badly. There's the breech sight, which was sliding, and it had a locking screw right there. And I'll look up that monarch. I'm sorry, it just slipped my mind. But again, you want to see the bronze being deposited on the concrete. There it is, that green color. That's what you got. And it's all running downhill and comes off and runs into the ground right here. Too bad. Got a little panorama of Leetsy Park here. Look at the other side. See some more guns. The Venetian Austrian guns are down there. Howitzers are over at the end. And what we're going to do is look at the rest of the guns in this on this side. Got a little sign here. We're competing with the weed eaters, so we got to talk loud. You can see from here the Optical Tower, and it tells you a little bit about it. Here's a picture of it, and there is actually the Optical Tower, which is a famous landmark in southeast Washington, where they used to take rangefinders and other large optical instruments they built here and tested them. We also have a landmark, the 2nd officer's house. Okay, you want to read about it here? That's what it looks like there. And it's across the road here, right there. 2nd officer's house. Here's a 3rd gun we're going to look at, also Spanish. It's a smoothbore 12-pounder named El Toro, which means the bull, of course. There's a sign on it. And this was captured at the Norfolk Navy Yard by the Confederates and then regained by the U.S. Navy in 1862. It's also suffering quite a bit from the elements. A lot of the bronze is kind of mangled. It's getting pretty hard to read the name El Toro. You can still make it out. If you took a rubbing of it, you could probably make it out pretty well, but it's suffering. The dolphin handles, they call them, even though these later guns didn't have dolphin shaped ones, that's still what they called them. Help in lifting and mounting the gun. Later they're just ornamental. This also has the cipher of the Spanish monarch, Carlos III in this case. And there are three remains of 3 iron bolts, apparently for mounting a lock piece to help to fire this. That's what I gather they are. And the markings on the breech are still pretty legible. You can tell it was made in cast in Barcelona on the 1st of May, May Day, in 1767. You get the remains of a breech sight bracket here, possibly for a pendulum hawse, and an old cast-in sight right in the top of it. Again, this one is El Toro, and you can see the damage that the elements have done. These 2 holes are apparently for some other sighting system that was on there at one time. Look at the bronze. This one can't look in the muzzle. It has